Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and we are back for some more LDR content for LDR round number 3 of Season 6, ready for the Japanese Grand Prix. And yes, finally, another episode of LDR. I know we just came out with one a couple days ago, but getting it going, and we came back from our week off, and we are back for, I believe, a triple header. It might be just a double header, I'm not 100% sure, but we are here for the Japanese Grand Prix. Actually did this race during the Japanese Grand Prix weekend, so this is actually pretty cool that we're doing it kind of with the main schedule. But yeah, so we are back, and Japan, obviously, it's not really my best track. I kind of been figuring that out the more I've really been playing 24 and all that, and I love this track. Like, this track is super fun to drive. I mean, if you don't like Suzuka, then I don't know what to tell you, but Suzuka, it's a very fun track. It just doesn't really, I'm just not super good around Suzuka, which I've kind of been figuring that out. I mean, we did get a win, obviously, in Rapid Racing League. I mean, obviously, I know that win was pretty controversial, but I mean, we did win there, but I mean, again, still, I've always seemed to struggle around here, and specifically, actually, an episode of LDR, which I didn't upload, actually, was the penultimate race, which I did not upload that because it did not really go well, which we actually got kind of sort of spun out on the first lap. So I'm hoping that maybe this is a little bit better, but like I said, I'm not 100% sure. But we come across the line now. Exactly where would this lap put us? Going to put a 128.9, so wasn't really the best of laps, and we're about a full second off the pace to Xiley and Teddy Vaughn. So not a good start really at the moment, and Zox is still pretty down there as well, which he will be a little bit faster than us, obviously, but still 14 car grid. I don't know who's taking grid penalties. I don't know if, I think my teammate Clint is taking an engine penalty, so he's actually on his second one, then he's done. He won't have to take another one. But speaking of engine penalties, we actually improve our time, 128.4. I think I can get into the 127s if I just hit the S's properly. But speaking of engine penalty updates, we'll be taking our first engine penalty at Austin, so that is the next race. That's where we will be taking it. It is a 100% race. They got rid of sprint races and they now replaced with 100% races. That's what it seems like it's going by. So obviously we're going to take one at Austin because, again, it's going to be a long race and there's going to be a lot of safety cars. But second lap, we were 2/10 up, and then we lost all that time by making a mistake by touching the curb. So this is already a pretty scruffy lap, and we still could not get any sort of rotation through turns 1 and 2. So really just been struggling with the qualifying, and this is the setup that we did use in Rapid Racing League. Every other setup I try, I just suffered from way too much oversteer and understeer. So ultimately, this is the setup I did use, and this wasn't even a setup I even made. I mean, I tweaked a couple things on it, but it wasn't anything like crazy. So we're going to come across the line. It's P5. It's not terrible. I'm not going to complain about a P5, but I'm really just not happy with my qualifying. I honestly wish it was a little bit better. I feel like at the moment we see the times. I mean, I'm not far off from Zox, but I feel like I have a feeling I probably could have caught up to CMS or Xiley. I feel like I could have been somewhere in 3rd to 4th. I don't know about CMS, but I think I would have been somewhere in there. But only 6/10 off. That's not terrible. I mean, I'll take it, but still, I think a 127 would have still been possible. But we're gonna go for the one stop here. Mediums to hards, same thing. I was thinking about starting on hards and then going to mediums, but I think there's going to be a lot of safety cars, so we're just going to go with that. We're going to put a lap and a half of fuel. Suzuka does burn your fuel, so you sort of got to be careful. So we're probably going to be doing, if we're off the DRS range and we're like 3 seconds off, we'll be doing lifting and coasting. But here we go for the 5 red lights here around Suzuka. 27 laps and lights out, and here we go for the Japanese Grand Prix. We actually get a pretty decent start. We get jumped ahead of AC Andy and jumped ahead of Xiley as well, obviously both on the hard tires as we head through 1 and 2 are at the moment so far pretty good. AC Andy around the outside. We got a crash. Xiley and Zox, they make contact, and AC Andy actually probably would have had the opportunity to go around the outside, and he did not, and well, we kind of benefit from that as we now move up into P3. So chasing up next is CMS, but we're already struggling in the opening lap. We don't got tire temp at the moment, obviously no formation lap, and we're really just suffering from a lot of understeer and oversteer at the moment. And mainly understeer. The fronts are not biting whatsoever at the moment, and we go out very wide, a little bit too deep. But actually, AC Andy is also struggling as well. So everybody's kind of struggling at the opening lap. But Teddy Vaughn with an amazing start, same as CMS with again another amazing start. And there's already our first track limits warning, and I have to teach myself to lift through those parts. But lap 2 now, and really starting to get the tires warmed up now. We'll close that gap now on CMS. Now CMS actually, props to CMS, he actually didn't do any practice. So his true pace, who knows how scary it would have been, but he's actually not too quick, but he's definitely very close with us. So I think we can possibly get him. Zox now 8/10 back. And Zock's obviously going to be a threat. He has the DRS now, but we do not have DRS from CMS at the moment. So we're kind of falling out, and it's mainly through the Casio Triangle. I'm losing a lot of time, and that's not really ideal at the moment. And going out wide again. Someone's actually, that's Zox. Zox has just actually crashed, heading through Degna 1 and Degna 2. He's actually made a mistake and cost him time in lap 3 already out, and a safety car has been deployed as one of the McLarens of Eferzy has DNF'd. So not even 3 laps in as we have a safety car. So fast in now, lap 5, and safety car came in. Nobody pitted besides a couple people. We've actually messed up the exit again. That is the second time we've actually messed up our safety car restart with a lot of oversteer. And Reimer had to give up the position a little bit because he couldn't pass, and I actually kind of felt bad. And it seemed to just be a thing that was really just going on at the moment, and still suffering from oversteer. And I mean, yeah, I cannot get these safety car restarts right. And CMS also struggling to get the car going as well. He's also struggling as well. So we're a little bit quicker than CMS at the moment, unless he is charging his battery. But we can try to see if he can catch up to Teddy Vaughn. But Teddy Vaughn is absolutely on a rampage today. He's actually got promoted up to Tier 1. He was the T2 champion, and he was very quick in T2 when I raced him at the moment. And obviously he's going to be having, or arguably he's having a really good start to his season. I feel like I think this might be his first race I think he's done, so he's doing a really good job, and you can see at the moment he's doing a fantastic job. And the threat to CMS is around 2/10, so we're going to get DRS here at this point, but the gap to 2.2 behind, so it's so far not looking terrible. I just want to see if we can get around CMS, see what the pace is, but at the moment we've actually used up a lot of battery, and CMS, he's probably going to defend this. He's going to go down the inside of the track, and we're just going to go around the outside. So I guess we're just going to be racing that, or he's going to want a DRS share, which Suzuka is very hard to overtake at the same time. So I mean, we'll see. But Teddy Vaughn is just absolutely flying, and this is really when the tire fall off is really starting to become a thing. And at this point in the race, I'm really just starting to lose confidence in the car, and I wasn't really happy with the car at all. I mean, I just seem to just not get any of these. I just don't know. I mean, I couldn't get a good setup going, and we let CMS go. We'll see what CMS pace is in clean air, but I mean, Teddy Vaughn's 3.4 ahead, so it's going to be tough. And obviously, I don't know if Teddy's on controller or wheel, but he absolutely put in a lot of work this offseason, and he's actually 4 seconds ahead. But CMS comes into the pits. That's pretty early. I will say that. That is very, 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 very early. And, well, the gap behind is 2.9, so Knight and Reimer, they're keeping pace, I would say. And at this point, we're just kind of playing it safe. We're not really pushing the car because we're going to have to pit here soon. But Teddy Vaughn comes in, and yeah, I mean, we just got to just give it our all. We have a yellow flag. Someone's actually, well, something happened, and someone might have just retired. I'm not 100% sure, but safety car came out, and we're going to come into the pits this time. So a couple people that did benefit are Xylee and Zox, and I believe maybe even more of the hard runners, because I think Supreme as well, because they all got caught up in lap 1 accidents, so they've all benefited. And we're going to possibly jump ahead of CMS. Not Teddy Vaughn, we'll jump ahead of CMS though, so we do beat CMS, so we line up P5, but Supreme, Zox, and Xylee are going to go to the end. They're still going to be pretty quick with the hard tires, so I am definitely going to be expecting them to be very quick and as expected. So we'll just have to keep on going here as safety car restarts in, and we actually got the restart right this time, but we were actually caught napping. We're about half a second behind, so not great. And Teddy Vaughn making a move on Supreme for the podium position. Teddy Vaughn's obviously not hanging around. He goes on the inside, and he's going to keep ahead and still side by side. Supreme leaving the space, and he gets ahead of Supreme in the RB, and they make a little bit of contact through the S's section, and still we'll try to get around Supreme. More just been really trying to just play it safe, but at this point in the race, I really got to start making moves, but it's kind of tough when it is pretty tough for me because I don't tend to really have too much confidence, which I do need to start working on, is just trying to make some passes more. But CMS goes down the inside. He actually makes it stick, and there was obviously a gap open. I didn't expect him to lift. Obviously, he's going to have to try to get up this field now. And side by side through this part, but CMS is going to have the inside line, so I'm kind of caught in Supreme's dirty air. CMS has the inside line, and he doesn't really force us off there too much, kind of just avoided action. Lifted off, no track limits warning, thankfully, but we'll try to follow CMS through and see if he can get around Supreme. I mean, I'm hoping I can try to get around Supreme this lap. I'm not 100% sure, but Xylee has actually lost out a couple positions. He kind of got caught on the straight, and everybody just kind of overtake them. So now Supreme and Zox fighting, and both RBs working together to get ahead of Teddy Vaughn. We have a 5-car fight now, and actually those RBs did not help as Zox is defending for his life. Teddy Vaughn's I think Teddy Vaughn might have got ahead of all of that, and I'm going to try to go around the outside of Supreme. Supreme shuts the door. Thought about going on the inside, wasn't going to work, so we'll just have to try to get around Supreme next lap. And obviously this is where he's going to start getting antsy. So we're going to try to make our first move here. We go down the inside, and he gives us space. We get caught up on the curb. We make a slight wheel contact. We've actually made a mistake, and we've spun around at the chicane, and that was not what we needed. A desperation move cost us any chance of a podium. We got on the grass and just the slightest little wheel tap, and you could just see we got too throttle happy and made a mistake, so not really ideal, as just seems to not go well. We make another mistake, and insult to the wound, 3 seconds has been added. So maybe desperation moves are not ideal. Lap 17, yeah, now we're just kind of cooked at the point, and well, safety car has been deployed, so maybe something could go right in this race. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but well, we'll see what happens. But 10 to go. We're just gonna pit. We got nothing to lose. I mean, it's not been great the past 3 weeks I've been playing this game. It's just been complete and utter just desperate moves, bottle jobs, and just consistently making mistakes. So it's not really been the greatest time the past 2 weeks. I'm getting sick of this game at the point, but skill issue, which there will be a video coming out of my skill issues. So the skill issues are there, and they're still biting me in the ass. And lap 21 now. Safety car's been in and got kind of caught out on the safety car restart again. So, I mean, yeah, now we just got to see what can happen. Maybe move up some positions. A couple of these guys are actually pretty quicker. Metal God's pretty quick. On air with Mike D, he's actually very quick as well. Not at the moment, because obviously he's on old mediums. So there's actually a spin. Supreme and Xylee, they make contact, and we just killed the absolute. We just decked Supreme. Oh, I felt bad now. We absolutely decked Supreme and broke in the front wing, and that is going to basically end our race. But we are going to stay out. And we're just gonna try to go for a fast lap. Yeah, this has really just been an emotional roller coaster of a race. Started P5, was up P3, safety car came out, made a desperation move, got caught out, and it's not worked ever since. But fast lap though with the 130.2, so trying to help Reimer out in the championship. Anything I can do to really help him out. Anything I can really do to just kind of help and take the fast lap point. I don't know if fast lap point is awarded, so I'm just trying to help, but we'll just go for a fast lap. Last lap now of the Grand Prix, and Reimer actually doing a pretty good job, as Reimer comes home second place. Obviously not our teammate, but we were still communicating very well, and Clint got absolutely smoked off the line, so it's been a Ferrari dumpster fire. And well, that is not the race that we wanted, and we finished P12. So yeah, really was just a shocking weekend, and honestly, I have no other words. But yeah, we'll just try to move on to next race. Maybe we can get something on the board. But yeah, Coda Not my best track, but we'll try our best. But thank y'all for watching this video. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your weekend. And I will see y'all in the next one.